Okay, let us see. Chemistry, a blend of science and technology. Chemistry is a blend of science and technology. So, like all scientists, chemistry try to describe, explain the world. Chemistry starts by asking questions such as why is natural gas such as effective fuel, and how can we separate a mixture of crude oil with water? How much material dissolved in water, and what is the rust and why does it form? These are the most important things that scientists asked that time. To answer all these questions, we have to know what is the blend of science and technology. Okay. To answer these questions, chemists develop models and they conduct experiments and seek patterns. They observe various types of chemical reactions and they perform calculations based on known data for them. And also they build continuously on work and discovers other scientists also. Long before humans developed a scientific understanding of the world, they invented chemical techniques and processes. Okay, so in that, these techniques and processes including smelting, shaping of metals, growing crops, and making medicines. Early chemists invented technological instruments such as glassware and distillation equipments. Okay, so present day chemical technologies continues to invent new equipment. They also invent new and better ways to provide products and services that people want. Chemical technologists ask questions such as the following. We have so many things are there. How can we redesign this motor to run on natural gas? How can we contain and clean up an oil spill? And what methods can we use to develop to make water safe to drink? How can we prevent iron objects from rusting? So all these questions actually asked by scientists at the time, and they have planned accordingly the blend of science and technology. So chemistry is a blend of science and technology. And nowadays, what happened in science, chemistry, technology, society, and environment. Like this, we have divided this one. Today, we benefit many ways from chemical understandings and technologies. Each benefit, however, how risk associated with it, the risks and benefits, chemical processes and technologies affect us either directly or indirectly. But many people either on their own in groups and through their elected government officials assess these risks and benefits and they ask questions, so many questions. That is is it dangerous to use natural gas to heat my home? Why is the cost of gasoline is high? Is my water really clean enough to drink and use safely? How does rust degrade marginally over time? So, like all these kinds of different doubts are there, and that is solved by using this technology. Nowadays, our chemistry course this year we will study the interactions among science, technology, society, and environment. And these interactions are abbreviated as STSE. STSE. What is that? Is nothing but it is S stands for science, T stands for technology, and S stands for society, and E stands for environment. So through this curriculum we have examples, practices of problems and activities, investigations and features, all are there in this one. And moreover, we know that there are some simulations you are encouraged to assess, make decisions about important issues that affect the society and environment. You will also learn about all these things. And STSE issue in this. What we are going to discuss, one first thing is, are phosphates helpful or harmful? Are phosphates helpful or harmful? You know, phosphate is an essential nutrient for life on earth, for any of the life. Plants are there, they need phosphorus along with other nutrients. In order to grow, phosphorus is a major component in bones and teeth. In addition to that, phosphorus is excreted as waste from the body, thus it is present in human sewage. Science, phosphorus promotes plant growth, and phosphates are excellent fertilizers for crops. Phosphates are chemicals containing phosphorus. And you'll learn more about the phosphates in this unit. I will going to discuss. And phosphates are also used as food additives and as components in some medicines. In addition, they are important part of dishwashers and laundry detergents. So many examples are there. Like we have sodium tripolyphosphate. This is sodium tripolyphosphate, which is an excellent softener of water. Excellent softener of water and keep dirt suspended in the water. And before we have 1970s, this sodium tripolyphosphate was a major ingredient in most detergents. That is the role play of this phosphates in our life. And coming to the things, other things related to this one is phosphates causing trouble. In what way these phosphates causing trouble? Phosphates causing trouble. We learn many things, but in that in the history, what happened in 1960s, we have residents around the lake, one lake called as Erie, began to notice problems. They are thinking that they have identified the thick growth of algae carpeted on surface of water lake. Large amounts of algae washed into beaches and making the beaches unfit for swimming. That is one thing. And the water in the lake looked green and had an unpleasant odor. As time passed, certain fish species in Lake Erie began to decrease. So that is the disadvantage. That means that is one of the trouble due to the phosphate things, phosphate coagulation. In 1969, a joint Canadian and American task force pinpointed that source of the problem is nothing but phosphates and other nutrients were entering in the lake, causing algae to grow rapidly. And when they combine with the nutrients, then they will form algae. They will form algae, and that algae is said to be making this complete layer over the lakes. And that algae developed by the combination of phosphates and nutrients were entering in the lake. Finally, the algae grow rapidly because of this one. The algae then begin to die and rot using up dissolved oxygen in water. That means in water what will happen, we have dissolved oxygen will be there. That dissolved oxygen will be reduced. That means as a result what will happen, fish and other water species that needed high levels of oxygen were dying off. Why fishes and all or reducing in the lake is because of this reason. So the phosphate pollution arrived in the lake from three main sources. What are the main sources? Wastewater containing detergents. So we have detergents with wastewater. Detergents with wastewater are making this problem. And the task force recommended reducing the amount of phosphate in detergents. That means detergents with which are carrying amount of phosphate, they will do like that. That means the detergent should not have more phosphate, then it will be useful. Another thing is nothing but they also suggested that removing phosphorus at wastewater treatment plants before treated water entire the lake, which is entered into the lake. That means when you treat the water, we have to remove the phosphorus from the water. Then only it is potable. It will become potable water. And so many detergent manufacturers were upset by the proposed reduction of phosphates. And without this chemical, their detergents would be less effective. Also, it would be expensive to develop other chemicals to do same job. So what happens after pressure from the government, detergent companies reduce amount of phosphate in their products by about 90%. They reduced the amount. So cities on lakes spent millions of dollars adding phosphorus removal to their waste treatment. That's why today some of the lakes are almost completely recovered. So this is what we have to notice in the science, that means in the history of science, telling that the phosphates causes trouble in that way. That means the connection between technology, human-made chemical products, and the environment. Environment is nothing but lake. Is an obvious STSE. That means science, technology, society, environment connection in this issue. So what other connections do you see or can understand in the history? If you see the history, many kinds of these scientific observations and reports you can understand. Okay, so hope you understand what is the technology, science, technology, and society, and environment, and community relation in studying our science chemistry for this grade. So high school level, this introduction of this matter and this chemistry involvement in the livelihood, our life is most important. So that we are going to discuss, and we will continue with this one in the next session. Thank you.